What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We have a pick for you tonight in Game 7 for the Panthers and Oilers NHL Stanley Cup Finals. It's Game 7. There's literally nothing better in sports than a Game 7, especially in the NHL. It's been a great NHL season. We've profited once again, making substantial amounts. I'll have the full recap up of how much we did make in NHL in terms of our win percentage, our ROI, our units gained, everything, every stat there will be posted soon. But we got one game left. We got some props. We're backing a side, and we are backing a total in this game. That is going to be your free pick. Your free pick, is going to be a total in this game, in Game 7. Home ice for the Panthers. They were up 3-0, dropped 3 straight to the Oilers. Oilers have all the momentum, and they're going back to Florida. So we'll see if the Panthers can get it done. I believe 3-0 or teams that have led 3-0 in the series are like 206-4, something ridiculous like that. So we'll see if the Panthers are on the wrong side of history or if they can finish it off in Florida. But your pick today is going to be under 5.5 at -145. That is the best line at MGM here. You can see all the lines for the over-under. This opened. I actually sent it out. I think a day ago I sent it out. Once again, perk of being in the premium, you get all the plays early before you see these line shifts. And typically, when you have Game 7s or playoff games in general, the lines are super tight. You know, the lines aren't shifting around a ton. Usually the odds makers, they nail the lines. But this line was way off. -115 is where it opened, as you can see right here, and it dropped all the way to -155 in some spots, and actually all the way down to under 5 on Bet Rivers. Insane line movement. We sent it out at -120. I'd play it all the way up to -145, but that's what you get in premium. Some other stuff with premium, my biggest day in 3.5 years, plus 27.5 units in one day. That followed up a 17-unit day, and it was a 43-unit week for just me alone. Unbelievable week after a little bit of a cold stretch. We hit a parlay. We hit a PGA first-round leader in Tom Kim for plus 4,000. We hit a bunch of 2-unit plays, some 1.5-unit plays, and everything clicked. Everything clicked, and we had a monster week, which was super nice to see. If you want all the picks every single day from all 5 analysts, all 5 handicappers, go and join the premium. The link is obviously in the bio, and get all of our picks. We're going to have some more correlated player prop parlays for Game 7, along with a side in Game 7. But your free play is the under 5.5, and let's get into it just a little bit here. So these are just some Game 7 trends on over-unders and money lines. What we like to see in this series particularly, it's been weird because in the third period, it has not been a very competitive game to start the third period for 3 games now. The Oilers had a 3-0 lead. They were up like 6-1, and then they were up 2 goals. So the Panthers were battling from behind in 3 games straight, and we haven't seen that like real nail biter, tied late third period type of game in this series yet. And I think we're going to get one in Game 7. That'd be very fitting, and I would not be surprised if this game goes overtime. As you can see here, 102 of the 197 all-time Game 7s in the Stanley Cup playoffs have been decided by a 1-goal margin. So 52% of all games in the NHL in Game 7 has been a 1-goal margin, and 7 of 17 all-time Game 7s in the Stanley Cup final have featured a 1-goal margin. That 1 goal or that tie game late third period is going to be crucial because, as we saw, the game went over. The last game they played, Game 6, it went over because there were 2 empty netters. I don't think we're going to see that clip, just because I think there's going to be more of a competitive affair between these 2 teams. Once again, if this is tied down the wire, or one team scores late in that third period, those empty net opportunities are obviously going to be minimized, which should help the under significantly. And this stat I really like as well. Also in Game 7s, both teams tend to play very cautiously, because if you make a mistake in Game 7 and you let up the first goal or whatever, you can see that the team that scores first is 149-48, winning at over a 75% clip in all of Game 7s, including a 12-5 70% record in 17 all-time Game 7s in the Stanley Cup final. So both these teams are going to be much more cautious. If you give up power plays, that's a death sentence, especially when it's win or lose, do or die time here in Game 7. So I think we see a closer match, and both teams are going to be more disciplined and more cautious to give up that first goal. You can see over here, unders in Game 7. This is just Yahoo article, but they have some good stuff in here. Low-scoring games in Game 7. Sorry, I'm dealing with some allergies, but teams are playing cautious and reserved, knowing that one mistake could end their season, as we just talked about. The total is an impressive 60.6% of the time, according to Action Network, which features a total of 5 goals or higher, have gone under, as we just talked about in that clip. And out of 84 games in this data sample, only 28 went over the total, 43 games went under, and 13 landed on the exact total, resulting in a push. But last year we had 3 Game 7s going 2-1, so ultimately it's just a good system. It's a historical system in the NHL that, continually is producing that result of the games, majority of the games going under. And I don't think we see any difference with these two teams. The Panthers' defense has been fine, except for the past 2 games. They're just giving up too many power play opportunities. Once again, power plays are going to be limited, especially in a Game 7. But as you can see here, the Panthers' power play, their expected goals have actually gone below the total. So they're not getting as much production. I don't think they're going to see as many power play opportunities as they usually have in these playoffs. Same with the Oilers. But as you can see here, these are all decreases. 66% in the first line for expected goals. Verhaeghe got bumped. Barkov got bumped. Obviously Tkachuk is always up there, but their line shifting and the chemistry between the guys has been a little bit off just because there has been injuries. That's how the playoffs work. These pairings get constantly adjusted, and it's hard for these teams to, find that chemistry and get the majority of their opportunities and then turn those opportunities into conversions, as we just see with these dipped percentages. And then here's some NHL stats that I really like. So the Edmonton Oilers have dominated the past 3 games of this playoff, but their expected goals for is 44.65. And their goals for is 52. So they've scored 8 more goals than they're expected to score. And this is calculated based off where they're taking their shots, how many shots are they getting, how effective are their shots, rebound opportunities, and second chance shots, along with power play opportunities and conversion on the power play. So all those metrics are above the average. And we talk about the law of averages. Those stats should regress to the mean. That's just how it works. And this 8 number is just not even close. So I think the Oilers' production is going to be dipped here a little bit. And then we talk about some money splits. I'll pull up these money splits real quick. So money splits is a good baseline to see where people's heads are at. Obviously splits, we talk about money splits a lot in DraftKings. And clientele is not sharp on DraftKings, so they take the money's percentage with a grain of salt. But this is exactly what I expected to see. Past 4 games have gone over the total in this series, and the line is still at 5.5, and it's juiced to the under the most it's been juiced in this entire series, at minus 150 in some spots, which is the most juiced that it has been the entire series. And if you take a look, man, the public just still loves the over. That's a recency bias in a nutshell, with a little bit of sharp money here on this under. So ultimately, picture perfect spot for Game 7. We usually don't get a lot of these opportunities because the odds are generally as sharp as they can be. But this one was off, and we're going to take advantage. Under 5.5 in Game 7. Join Premium, get all the daily results every day, all of our picks, player prop parlays, massive unit days. We're betting on every sport. Once NHL is over, we got you covered with MLB, WNBA, CFL, and all that good stuff, along with some golf sprinkled in, and soccer. We have Copa America and the Euros going on right now. So if that interests any of you, feel free to join. We'd love to have you, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.